Whispering Wisdom Tales presents The Power of Saying No. Most people think saying yes makes them kind. But nobody talks about what it slowly destroys. This story isn't about being rude. It's about the moment one word saved a man's life. That word was no.
For most of his life, Daniel believed one thing made him a good person. He said yes. Yes to extra work. Yes to favors he didn't have time for. Yes to people who never asked how he was doing. And every time he said yes, a small part of him said no, silently. Daniel was known as reliable. The kind of man everyone called when something needed to be fixed. The kind of employee who stayed late. The kind of friend who listened but was never listened to. People admired him. But they didn't see what happened when Daniel went home. They didn't see the exhaustion, the quiet resentment, the feeling that his life was being lived for everyone else. One evening, after agreeing to yet another last-minute request, Daniel sat alone in his car, hands on the steering wheel, engine off. He stared ahead and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." It surprised him, because it was the first honest thing he'd said to himself in years. The breaking point came a week later. His manager asked him to cover a weekend shift, again. No apology, no gratitude, just expectation. Daniel felt the familiar pressure rise in his chest. The old habit told him, say yes, be nice, don't disappoint. But something else spoke louder. A calm voice, a stronger voice. Daniel took a breath, and for the first time in his life, he said a word that terrified him. No. Silence followed. His manager blinked, confused, almost offended. Daniel's heart raced. He waited for anger, for punishment, for rejection, but none of it came. The world didn't end. That night, Daniel felt something unfamiliar. Relief. Not guilt, not fear. Relief. He realized something important. Every time he said yes to others, he had been saying no to himself. Saying no didn't make Daniel selfish. It made him honest. Slowly, his life began to change. He stopped explaining himself to people who didn't listen. He stopped overgiving to people who only took. He started protecting his time, his energy, his peace. Some people didn't like the new Daniel. And that was okay, because the people who truly mattered, they respected him more. Months later, Daniel stood in front of a mirror. He looked the same, but he wasn't. He was calmer, stronger, more alive. He finally understood. No is not rejection. No is not cruelty. No is a boundary. And boundaries are how you teach the world how to treat you. If you're listening to this, if you feel tired all the time, if you feel taken for granted, if you feel like your life belongs to everyone but you, remember this. Every yes has a cost, and every no is an investment. The power to change your life is already in your mouth. All you have to do is say it.